When I was in the United States Air Force, I learned a lot of different things about business, about life, about relating to other people. And I think it's one of the biggest places that I learned to actually interact with others in a very professional and very high performance environment. I want to share with you 4 things that I learned while I was in the United States Air Force that really set a tone for future success in my life. Hi, my name is Jason Ehlinger. I'm the CEO of Taika Translations, a multi-million-dollar translation, interpretation, and digital services agency. Here's the 4 things that I learned and I think that were highly impactful. Among the many, these are some of the top ones that I think can relate to you and to your business today. 1, you are the cause of your stagnation. Control the one variable that you can most control. That is yourself. In the military, I learned this in many different ways. But you control yourself mentally, you control yourself morally, you control yourself physically. And all of these factors are not exterior factors that you don't have any control over and that you cannot influence. They are internal to you. You decide daily. The second thing I learned is training, both physical and mental, is a constant reality for high performance people. We never finish. We never get to the end. Somebody said the hardest part about being a Christian is that it's a daily thing. You have to do it every day. You never finish. When I got into the Air Force, I suppose I had a childlike view of how life would look as a whole. But as I worked through being a member of the teams and being a productive member of the United States military, I saw great leaders in their 60s and 70s. I remember specifically this one general, 4-star general. He was attending this event and he had medals just all over his uniform. And he was still in the service. He walked down the aisle with a cane because he had been wounded so many times in battle. And that was so impactful to me. And this guy, he was fit. When he walked in the room, it was an awestruck moment for all of the people in the room. Wow, what an example. What an example of excellence, diligence, and the fact that over your lifetime, no matter what injuries that you have had, you will maintain a regimen of mental and physical training. And he set that example, and that was driven into my spirit as I was a young military member. Third thing that I learned, complacency and hubris will get you killed. What do I mean by that? Complacency, just not being aware of your surroundings, and hubris, when a battle is won, you get to the top of the hill or you've achieved this great victory in this great battle, and all of a sudden you drop your guard. And at that moment, we were taught that that is your most vulnerable time as a team. Once you have won the battle for the day, you need to stop and reinforce your surroundings and make sure you set a protective perimeter immediately upon winning the battle, not letting your guard down. Get back into focus and start looking forwards as to the dangers that might be out there and that you need to be protecting yourselves against, so that you don't become complacent just because you had a great either moral victory, physical victory, or you defeated the enemy for the day. Remember, the enemy is not defeated perpetually. It is for the day and the battle that you've won. The next battle might be just around the corner. Hey, if this video is providing any value, or it might be an encouragement or provide value to someone else who's in business or who's got a small business and they're starting off and they're trying to get the workings of their business working, and they could just use a little bit of guidance and extra help, and maybe you just know somebody in life who needs this specific advice, I would be so grateful if you would like and subscribe to this video and that you would just share it with them. It helps the YouTube algorithms to recognize that this video has some kind of value, and obviously helps us to be able to make more videos kind of like this. Okay, so the 4th thing that I want to share with you is that I learned when I was in the military is you can decide to be better than you are today. You simply can decide, and you should. Deciding to be the best version of yourself today is a constant daily choice. And you control that variable. You don't control everything that happens to you. That's not the point. The point is you control you, and you decide daily whether or not you're going to be a good version of yourself. And these great leaders and great team members that I had when I was in the United States military drove these thoughts and these principles into our minds and our hearts as we worked and we lived. It is a daily choice to live for something or someone greater than yourself. And so I challenge you today, implement these 4 things into your life, write them down and keep them as a reminder so that you can be the best version of yourself today. And remember that it's a daily choice to live for something or someone better than yourself. You don't ever complete it. It's never done. You're never finished. This is a daily choice, and you can make that choice today too.